Welcome into 12 News. I'm Dylan Domangue, and you're watching the Factfinder Investigates Year in Review. Scammers trying to take your money. It was once again a big storyline in 2024 as a new report shows scam victims lost more than a stunning $1 trillion worldwide this year. And we heard from many of you warning of scam texts and messages that you've received. One of those examples was Shauna Purdue, who received a text claiming to be from Apple Security, but it was a scam that she fell for, causing her to lose thousands of dollars. But her emotional story inspired many to give back to her, and as a result, she was able to enjoy the holidays with money back in her account. I was with Shauna to deliver the news of the generosity that you showed her. And so far, more than $12,000 have been raised for you.
You're kidding.
It was the news we couldn't wait to share with Shauna Purdue. Her reaction? Priceless. A mixture of tears and smiles while learning that thousands of dollars had been donated to her.
I can't even take it in. I'm stunned. As the British say, I'm gobsmacked.
Shauna says the last few weeks have been difficult. After falling for an Apple security scam over the phone and losing more than $8,400, she wasn't sure where to turn to for help.
I've got this big gaping wound, and I don't know that it's going to ever heal.
She called Factfinder, and after our story aired, Kansans answered that call, asking how they can help. The overwhelming responses prompted her family to start a GoFundMe. In the days that followed, from the GoFundMe to other private donations, more than $12,000 have been donated, far exceeding the amount that was taken from her.
There still are good people in this world. Well, I very much doubted it.
Shauna says this experience has forced her to keep her guard up, but seeing the support she's received goes a long way in restoring that trust.
You people have amazed me, and I'm so very, very thankful to each and every one of you.
And throughout the year, Factfinder has also warned you about a smishing scam involving the Kansas Turnpike. The scammer sends out texts using Drive KS images and logos in an attempt to steal people's money. The text includes an image that says you have an outstanding balance at the Turnpike, which must be paid to avoid additional fees. The image also includes an unofficial URL that doesn't go to the KTA website. The KTA said it never sends unsolicited text messages and doesn't charge fees like those mentioned in the scam. Another scam text to look out for. Many of you have told us that you received a text like this one. It claims to be from the U.S. Postal Service, UPS or FedEx, telling you that the package that you ordered couldn't be delivered because of an incorrect address or misinformation. It also asks to click a link and update your address so that your package can come in. And if you are waiting for packages, you might think it's real. Well, the Better Business Bureau warns to not engage with scam texts or emails like this. Doing so could download malware to your device or lead to you getting more scam messages in the future.
All this is as a ploy is to establish you as a hot lead. In the same way that a sales team nurtures relationships, this is an opportunity for a scammer to know that you are willing to engage with your device and are willing to engage with the communication that is unsolicited.
So whether the message appears to be from Apple Security, the Kansas Turnpike, or even a delivery service like USPS, the BBB wants to make sure that you stay protected. Don't click on any links from a message that you don't recognize. Even if the message says reply stop to opt out of future messages, don't respond to that and just block the number and erase those texts and messages.
They highlighted the story about the catheter fraud with Medicare. And I would like to also add my name to that list of thousands.
What you heard there was our Factfinder phone lines being flooded with calls after a reporting of a nationwide catheter scam this year targeting Medicare beneficiaries. That scam estimated to have involved over $3 billion in false claims. Most of those claims being submitted by 7 different companies. Those companies found a way to charge people for catheters all over the country, including here in Kansas.
And this all goes out for the bunny.
Joanne Rydell and her husband spend their days retired like most couples do.
We feed the birds, and then we feed everybody else that shows up.
cooking, cleaning house, and watching TV.
These are our Medicare statements.
But little did they know they were victims of an alleged multi-billion-dollar scam.
I saw this big, heavy section here, and I thought, what is that?
Last September, among her piles of paperwork, Rydell discovered something was off on her Medicare statements. Hundreds of urinary catheters being charged to her account.
I thought, well, we don't use catheters.
Rydell filed a fraud complaint with Medicare and with Kansas Attorney General Chris Kobach's office. She thought her case was in the clear.
Then it happened again.
Not once, but twice, Rydell and her husband said they received a fraud bill, this time from a different company, Pretty in Pink Boutique in El Paso.
And I said, what did you do with Pretty in Pink Boutique, honey? And he laughed and he goes, yeah, I wondered about that.
12 News called Pretty in Pink Boutique.
The number you dialed is not in service.
In total, Medicare paid more than $25,000 for 3,200 catheters ordered under the Rydell's name.
We could have a catheter party. Put little bows on them and give them out, hang them on a Christmas tree, pass them out for favors at parties. It's just stupid and unbelievable.
If we were to stop the fraud, we could probably cover our individuals nationwide at 100%.
Terry Biosted is a local agent who's worked with Medicare customers for 19 years. She works to protect her clients from fraud, but with many different scams out there, she says it's not an easy job.
There's no system I know of that can prevent all scams.
And I even gave them the company and the name and everything.
As for Rydell, she wants Medicare to step up with more preventative measures in place to protect beneficiaries like her. She believes she would have been protected if her Medicare account was flagged after the first time she reported seeing a payment from Medicare to a company that she's never heard of.
When I was told that this could take years and years and years, don't worry about it. We'll eventually get them. Maybe not in my lifetime.
And the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services said that as of this summer, they stopped over 99% of the payments before they went out the door. Still to come, Factfinder getting answers on months-long investigations, including a long-awaited report into the deadly Brook Hollow apartment fire last year. And why a proposed plan to build a 5-mile wide energy corridor that would have run through parts of Kansas has now been halted.